Hello, yesterday's average hopelessly lost citizen. My name is Resa Edwards. I am the Messiah. Welcome to day 15 of Divine Order. Now, day 14, which was yesterday, and it went out 12 Earth Day ago, so you do the math, okay? But yesterday, I put out a formal public announcement challenging every hopelessly lost leader on Blueprint Earth. As predicted, I received not one public challenge acceptance or challenger. This poses a problem for your leader because your leader is exposed as a coward, okay? If you don't accept the top challenger, how do you rightfully stay in the leadership position or in the top position? For God's future record, only God should sit in the all-powerful position. The reason why yesterday's world fails and will completely go extinct is because God is not sitting in the all-powerful position. Your hopelessly lost, stupid, coward leader remains in leadership. Why? I don't know. I know you don't know. Well, let me help you out, okay? So let's move forward into day 15. Now, day 15 went out August 24th, 2012. And on August 24th, 2012, the lesson was mostly about unwarranted social barrier. Unfortunately, you are in need of divine intervention, immediate divine intervention, okay? If I don't help, it's a wrap for you. I do need you to comprehend this. I am the Messiah and you need to listen. Your leader needs to listen. He's stupid, okay? So why wouldn't he listen? He doesn't have the answer. If he had the answer, you wouldn't be facing extinction. Now, what we are going over today is number, support, and reason. Everything God does is supported by number, okay? Everything Satan does is not supported by number, okay? Your job is to know the distinct difference between God and stupid Satan. Really, he's so stupid, and you're stupid for following him, okay? So let's check this out. Here is our number line. Remember, we keep our numbers on the board, on the fact board, to prove God's information is fact, okay? Now, positive numbers are on the right side of the number line. You learned that in elementary school, I hope. Negative number is on the other side, okay, or the left side of the number line, all right? Now, let's say everything on the right side of the number line is positive or mostly positive, okay? For God's future record, no living organism, okay, is 100% good or 100% positive. Negative energy is real. It simply must be controlled or contained. God is the only 100% positive individual. He doesn't go backward. That doesn't make sense. And he doesn't do anything that doesn't make sense. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, now, in life, okay, for all those who don't number comprehend, you're going to come across a quandary. You're going to have to make a decision, okay? The good news is God puts everything down in number form so you don't have to think for yourself, okay? The not so good news is the average stupid puny human needs standards in order to comprehend God, okay? We'll go over that in a little bit, all right? So let's just say the more you choose positive circumstance, okay, and we're going to just go ahead and just list our symbol for positive circumstance, mostly positive circumstance. Anything over here is going to lead to mostly negative circumstance. If you don't comprehend circumstance right now, don't worry about it. You can also call it possibility or chance, all right? And what you want to do is you always want to increase your positive possibility and decrease your negative possibility, all right? This is how you increase time. You take away the negative and you increase the positive. And I hope you understand this concept, because a 2-year-old can understand it, okay? 2-year-olds probably understand it greater than the average stupid, puny adult, all right? However, here are some examples of positive energy generating circumstance, okay? When you come to your quandary, you want to pick right over not right. So for an example, you have love. Love is a mostly positive circumstance. I hope you comprehend. Hate is a negative circumstance, or mostly negative circumstance, okay? For obvious number reason. I shouldn't have to go into that with you. Let's go into something a little bit more difficult for the average stupid, puny human to number comprehend. Need and desire, okay? Example of desire is the automobile. There is not one number reason under God's program for the automobile, right? An example of need would be air. Air has all the number reason under God's programming. You don't have air, you don't have any time or life, okay? This is very simple. Now, money, some people don't comprehend that money is not a need. Why don't you need money? Because you can't plan it, you can't eat it, you can't do anything with money, but greater than likely engage in desire. Because God gives you everything you need. So an example of a money person, someone who chooses money and it's a negative circumstance, is someone who'll put chemical in your food. They'll put it in your food and they'll tell you to eat it. And it kills you. But they'll do it for money. Okay? So how do you know someone loves God and they truly want to get to know God? They'll feed you natural food. This is elementary school stuff. Okay? So let's not dwell on that too much. However, okay, you might come up against something, for example, like hunting. Hunting could be considered negative or positive. So how do you know you're under divine order when you hunt? If you ask that question, it's a very intelligent question. All right? Stupid, puny human need to dwell under the standard of the principles of peace. Why does God give you the principles of peace? Because you're too stupid to number comprehend free will is an illusion. Okay? In order to connect with God, like the animals and the insects, you will need to develop your human instinct. And I guarantee you will never gain any human instinct at all dwelling on the not right side of God's number. And comprehend, God created the negative number 2. Okay? If you're confused, don't be. God gives you free will to make a decision every time you come up upon a quandary, like hate or war. You must comprehend you will never harm innocence in God's future. Why? Because everything that you do will be based on need. So when you hunt in God's future, you're hunting because you need it. So are there going to be hunters in God's future? Absolutely. But nobody's going to be hunting for sport and making animals go extinct. The most you can do is control population, like God does in the wild. We'll get into population control in God's future, God willing. Number comprehend, you don't have a standard, you're stupid, okay? No standard leads to chaos. Everything you can possibly think about that is successful dwells under some kind of number support, okay? The spirit of humility will attack you too, okay? When you're going to hunt or you're trying to make a decision and you don't know which way to go because you can't think for yourself and you can't calculate positive numbers, you're too stupid, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to be humble about the situation. You're going to be honest about the circumstance that you face, right? If you don't have a standard and you are a stupid, puny human, you will fail to see Satan every time, and you will fall into negative circumstances. You will age and you will die. Your leader cannot help you. Your leader lives mostly negative. I don't care who your leader is. That's why your leader hasn't picked up the challenge yet, but your leader refuses to believe that I'm the Messiah. How stupid is that? Most leaders believe. I don't know what they believe in. They believe in no number support, no number reason. They believe in fantastic rhetoric, make believe. God is not going to lead you astray and tell you to make believe. God wants you to know. Period. Okay? It's time for you to know that you are dwelling in a need of immediate divine intervention. Your planet is changing, and it's not changing for the better. Human time is limited, and you don't have a long, you don't really have that much time left, so you don't have any time to waste. I guarantee it. Okay? So, what I want you to do is I want you to call your hopelessly lost coward punk leader. Tell your hopelessly lost coward punk leader that I am here and I am taking over the whole entire planet and nobody can stop me. Why? Because none of y'all can calculate past negative number. You can't even get to ground zero. Okay? Now, if you want to know, and you should want to know, where I get my information from, I guarantee I don't get my information from any of you. I get my information from God. You can pick up a copy of Divine Order at bssplitter.com. Do not hesitate. Do not wait. It's going to double in price very soon. Okay? Come back and see me again tomorrow in day 16 of Divine Order.